Right, people, fitting the new foot pegs. Now, there is an issue with these, and I did them with my last ones as well. The springs that go in, they will not fit in. So your only option is, if you want to fit these in, you have to start grinding these down a little bit to make a little bit of space, because when they go in, they just do not give the space for it. Now, the springs are just for it to flip back up. So my last ones I never bothered with. Now, they're quite clever, these, because the adjustment on these, I'm just going to put you on my knee there, because I haven't got my tripod. But the way they work, you unscrew this, and if you look, be very, very careful when you do this. If you look inside there, can you see that little pin? There's two little pins in there, and them two little pins allow you to turn that footrest. It allows you to turn this wherever you want it, up high or down low. So it allows you to move it round. So then you just nip up. Now, I'm not using Loctite on these. I'm just going to nip them. Most people use Loctite. The next thing is your actual foot peg. Again, if you look very carefully inside here, see that spot where the two pins are? Just put the other pin in, because it just fell out in my hand. So that other pin there just sits inside there. Really fidgety. Can you see the two little pins there? They line up into them holes where you need it. So when you put it on where you think you're going to like it, or where it fits, like there. I know that's level with the other one. Put your big Allen key in. Heavy duty Allen keys them as well. They're not lightweight. So keep pressure on it so them pins don't come loose. Tighten them up. Now again, different people Loctite these. I'm not going to Loctite it, and each one I'm in it. Now, that is actually looser than the other one, believe it or not. The other one is a lot tighter than that. So that's interesting to know. That to me is actually too loose. That may be a case of, that may actually fit in there now. Let's just try it actually. Let's just see if we can fit the spring in. The other side, it definitely doesn't. The other side, when that goes in, there is no movement on it. So you've got a split pin, you've got a washer, you've got a pin that comes out like that. And basically, these just sitting like this. Fit them in the right way around. Nice adjust. If you're looking now with the spring on, it'll probably fit in there, to be honest, on this one. The other side it won't, so I'm going to have a look at the other side. And it's still not, that is still not playing, people. That is still not playing there at all. Just hello, mate. Hello. You just have to try and manipulate it to fit. That won't fit, people. That definitely won't fit. That won't fit because the spring is stopping it, for one. The spring is stopping it. That spring is pushing up when it's in against that back piece there. So it's keeping it too far away. So it's like what I had to do on my last ones. I had to slightly grind these down a touch, just take a couple of mils off it so that the spring could go in, it had a bit of space. So your option is don't put the spring in, which won't do. You know what, it's not going to do any harm. It's not going to do you any harm at all. And to be honest, when you're on them and the weight's on them, it won't make any difference to you. They'll be fine. So this is a side, you know, that people never show you. And, you know, it's always worth having a look at. Let's just spin that round. Everything has got... It gets worse as you get older because you can hardly see. Your eyes go. That's the worst bit about it. I think that's the worst thing about getting old. Your eyes suffer the most. And you know, all you young people there now, and I was one of them. When I was young, didn't think it'd ever happen to me. And my dad used to say to me, "Oh, I wish I had your eyes." And I used to say, "What's wrong with your own?" And like he quite pleasantly said, they had goosed. They're about as much use as a chocolate fire guard now, he used to say. And I'm just getting like my dad. So, as they say, like father like son, like mother like daughter. It's going to happen to you, so just need to fold them back over. Don't forget to fold these split pins back over, people. Otherwise, you'll be riding with no foot pegs. And don't forget, don't lose your old springs. Keep your old springs. Keep all these things in a box. And then there, what they're going to be like. Let me just. So there we go. I'm stood on these new foot pegs with my fancy. Well, the slippers, by the way, people, not actually shoes. And you see me walk everywhere in them, but that's the way I am. Yeah, so I'm quite pleased with them. Yeah, I'm happy with them. I like the fact I can adjust them. They're on the lowest level. I don't think... I may try them up high. I may try them another time up high. Much happy with the uplinks. Now, the next thing I'm going to do, before I do anything, I said it when I was washing the bike, I'm just going to hand paint the wheel. I'm going to re-lacquer the front wheel, because I was going to pull them off. Means pulling off all the tyres, and I think it'll come to the case when I'm going to take the tyres off, because I've got new tyres for it. Then I may have them powder coated. But if they're holding up, I mean, they're holding up quite well, to be honest. You know, I thought they'd have, the paint may have chipped a bit more than what it has done. There's little bits that it's done it, but that's because he only had one coat of lacquer, really, 1.5 coats of lacquer on them. If I'd put a good couple of coats on, and the other side is, if I'd done that and I'd left them to cure for about 3 days before riding it, they'd have been great. And I do like that gold, to be honest. I think that suits. So my next thing, back wheel off. And you know, while the back wheel's off, I'll have to look. I may make a little adjuster there. I don't like saying that, that's well covered, because I've got to fasten this on a bit more. It's fastened on with two bolts, but the third one round here does not. There's no bolt for there, so I'm just going to put cable tie to put that in to hold it in place. So there's a few little bits and pieces, and then we're on to the first thing to put on is going to be the lights. So I'll put the lights onto it, and then I'm going to put the AOC on. Now I'm going to order, it's one of them, I really don't want to do it, but I think I had the previous AOC there and it works there, but I think it'll be better there. I think it'll be better there. That's if I can get something to fit this screen. Now that's going to be the other side as well. if you buy the Honda extended screen like this one, you may not be able to get one, because that goes up and down as well. It's not going to work, because if I decide to drop that down with that, finding a bracket that'll fit in there, well, mind you, it may do. Yeah, it will do, because the whole bracket will go down with it from the top to the bottom, that whole part. So you've got 2 inches that it drops down and 2 inches it comes up. And to be honest, once you put it on, yeah, it's going to be there. This is it. See, I'm talking to myself now. I'm thinking where it is. If I get, have I got one of the old brackets? Let me just come back. Yeah, it'd work, but you can see now roughly where the bracket is and where the locks are. This unit's going to be up here. It's not going to work on it, people. That AOC is going to have to sit on the handlebars. It won't fit where I want it to fit on the 2025 NC with the adjustable screen. Now, if you've got the standard screen with the old brackets, you're probably different. It'll be down lower. So it's going to have to go on the handlebars. Right, so that's the next thing. Start cracking on with that. Right, people, well, I've decided just to paint the back wheel and re-lacquer the front one and see how it goes on. I'm gonna leave it like this for 6 months, or a few months, until I actually until I see what condition it's in, whether they actually start breaking in any way or pitting, and when I put new tyres on. So I'll come back to it when I get to new tyres on the bike, and then decide what I'm going to do then. Because if they hold up, when I look at the front one's held up really, really well, and it only had 1.5 coats of lacquer on it. So I think if I pull it off and give it another coat of lacquer, 2 coats of lacquer, 2-pack lacquer, I think, to be honest, I don't need to do anything else. Let me know in the comments. Tell me what you think. Do you think I'm better off just doing this? I mean, it looks alright, so I've got to turn it over and do the other side. And then onto it. Alright, people. Right, so the back wheel, I need a bit more paint, to be quite honest with you. So I'm going to have to wait for another can of paint. You can see there's little bits there where it's just lighter there. It's missed a bit. And there. Another coat of paint on it. But with a bit of luck as well, it'll end up like this one. Yeah, so I'm not going to, at the moment, I'm not going to actually get them powder coated. I'm just going to do with the paint at the moment and see how they turn out, and run them until these tyres are worn out. And once them tyres on this are finished, then I'll decide, because it makes no odds when they're going to be powder coated, they'll strip them anyway. So I'll see then what happens, because it's I have mentioned in one of the other ones, it's £250 for the 2 wheels, and there's a lot involved. There's, like I say, the tyres have to come off, the bearings have to come off, your brakes, everything has to come off. Your tyre fastening gauge, everything has to come off to actually, so it's just a bearing to go in place. But yeah, I'm still quite pleased with that, to be honest. As I say, it really needs just another coat of paint and then the 2-pack lacquer, and I reckon that'll be spot on like the other one. I'll probably give them, I'm going to pull off the front one as well, I'll give them 3 or 4 coats of lacquer. And the lacquer I'll use, which is a 2-pack lacquer, which I use. It's about 12 quid a tin, Pro 2 Play, and as you can see, you can always tell a 2-pack by the bottom of the tin. You press that little button there to activate it, and that's what it's for, as you can see. Scratch resistant 2K, so it will work. So once we're all back on, I'm also back brake Tom done it on his. So I'm going to pull out these, and inside the swing arm I'm going to spray, where's it gone now? I always forget the name of it. It's the chemical that stops rot. A lot of people use it on the bikes on the outside, but he sprayed up the inside, and you just use a long rag on a stick and you clean up the inside of it. So I'm going to do that. Build a little piece here to actually stop the shocker being hit again. The guard that I've got, I don't think it can fit it on. Maybe it can. Didn't think it could. The guard I've got, can I get at it? Yeah, I may be able to get it actually. There's 2 bolts. There's one. Oh, mind you, no. It may hold in with that one bolt there. If I can get that hook to hold in with the one bolt, I'll do that. But I've been impressed with that gibby. It does protect the bike a lot. Yeah, so we're on to that. Get the wheels back on it, and in the next couple of days you'll see a video, as I say. The lights I've bought. Let's just take you over to the lights I bought. There's the old links. I've got to clean up the shed, people. So these are my new spot lamps. They're just short of 100 quid. Futurize they're called. Let me just put you on there, just to take them off. They weren't cheap, but they are much better quality than my previous ones. And just 1 second while I get the previous ones, I'll show you them. There are the previous ones, which were about 28 quid. And you can see the cabling. The cabling's quite thin. I mean, they work. I had them on my last NC, the same ones, and they've done a very good job. You found all this stuff started to rust very quickly. So probably if you got it, if you really want to stop it rusting, maybe take it off and hammerite it. The paint and the salt just erodes that really quickly. So that was the old style, and they're new ones which we're going to put on, but the new ones are completely a different ball game altogether. You can see the weight of them for one, and there they are, Futurize. They weigh 2 kilograms, I'd say, 1.5 kilograms at least. Really well built. So I'm quite looking forward to seeing them going on. And you can see the difference. They have got a proper power supply to them. They're unfused. They'll still go on through the thunder boxes. I'll still connect them via the thunder box, but a lot heavier switching. The switch gear as well is much better. It's not cheap, as you can see. And the instructions on fitting them, quite simple, not really hard. So they've got to go on, and then the final thing that has to go on, which is somewhere amongst all my crap here again, is the BX AOC. And it's like, I'm just trying to figure out where to put it. We've seen it in the last video, where I'm going to put it. It's going to have to go on this bar. I'm going to have to find a way of sticking it on that bar. Now I may see if I can get a crossbar here and fit it onto there, so it's just up a little bit higher. I can't get a bracket for here. It's not going to work on there. And I like the screen, by the way. The NC750 screen that raises up is really good, but it's flimsy. It rattles a lot. So, you know, that sort of thing. You know, if you got to BMW or anything like that, for a £300 screen, that should be, you know, better. It should be more secure than that. And it does, when you start going over bumps a lot and you're getting that all the time, it does get on your nerves. But it does do the job again for actually keeping the wind off you. And to take it off, and it's like that, take it down, this goes down and it goes up, and that's maximum up. Would I actually say buy one? I wouldn't actually, people, to be dead honest with you. I think 350 quid or just under it, and you've got a lot of work to take off all these brackets. I've done a video on it. I would just stick to it. I would probably get a Givy screen again and then put a mount in the middle of it. And it's a shame, because it's like I say, if that was a little bit firmer, had some decent bracing behind there, it just feels cheap. Such a shame. But the Mighty NC, love it. Still, where everyone knows me with these, still my favourite bike. So we'll get on with this, and we'll let you know when this is finished. So see you in the next one. Final coats of the rear wheel of the NC750. Looks quite well. I'm quite pleased with that. Turned out nice. All finished, ready to go back on. Alright people, well, we've managed to get 2 gold wheels on the Mighty NC. The only NC, I reckon, in the world with gold wheels. And it looks fabulous. Really pleased with it. So I've just got to put everything back together now, and then we'll get out on it and go for a spin on the Mighty NC. So see you in the next one.